Hey, how's it going, friends? Hey, it's me, Amber. You have found me at Handmade Yarn Crafts with Amber, and I'm going to do a crochet with, or I guess you could say, whipping it with me while I work. I'm going to answer some questions. I was tagged in a post to do a questions to get to know me, and I thought, why not answer the questions while I work on this granny square throw blanket thing that I'm making. I am using, there's a local yarn shop here in my town, and I am using this Plymouth Select worsted merino superwash. It is 100% superwash fine merino wool. It is 100 grams, approximately 218 yards. It recommends a US 7 needle, and I have to be honest, I had to look that up. I can't remember what it was, but I ultimately ended up with a J-hook or a 6.0 millimeter, which gives this nice drape, and it's soft. Oh my gosh, this wool is like far from itchy. It is like super soft, hence the superwash merino wool that it's made from. And it is in the colors they do not have listed as names, they just have these color numbers, and this one's 83, I believe. I can't remember now. One is 83 and one is 88. One is called Spruce Heather and the other is Purple Heather. But the color numbers are 83 and 88, and you can look those up on their website. Anywho, let's get this questionnaire going. Alright, first of all, before I get the questionnaire going, I had to run to my local yarn store to get some more of this yarn because I was running out. So I have my handy dandy little yarn genie here with both my new cakes on it. Before I use up the last of that green, or the new green, I do have, this is the center pole I started from, kind of popping out of here. I do have a little bit left of the green from the first cake. And the really cool thing I saw recently as a little crochet hack is to use hair clips. This holds my tails on the cakes as they're on here when they're not being used. So right now, this one is just like, the tail end is inside like the wrapped around area, so it's not going to come out just yet. So when I'm ready, I'll put this on there after I'm finished with this one. Anywho, so I thought I would go ahead and show you guys how I'd like to attach new yarn for the same color. I will basically do the magic knot. I don't know if you'll be able to see this very well. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see it on the, I'll zoom in a little bit more. So this is my working yarn, and this is my tail from my piece. So I'm trying to do this on camera here and not cover it up too much. So I try to basically tie a knot with the one end around here, and I try to work it so that the knot goes like that. It doesn't like accidentally flip it, you know, when you tie it. Sometimes I have to redo the knot because it doesn't quite line up the way I want it to, so I have to play with it a little bit. So this is how I like to do the magic knot. It's a little hard to do this with the camera so close to my face. Hopefully the sound is okay. There we go. And then I like to take my fingers. I know a lot of people just go whoop. I don't trust that. Sometimes it likes to loosen the knots up. So I try to take my finger and slide it like that, so that way it gets close without loosening that knot up. And then I'll pull from the other side. And then once they're that close to each other, boop, and then I take and try and tighten it down. And then make sure it's good and tight. It's a nice small knot. And then I will take a pair of scissors. And I will literally cut it right up against the knot without cutting the other yarn. I've actually done that once. I cut it and I went, whoops, and I had to retie that knot all over again. So I got those tied down. I'll put those off to the side. Put my scissors down. And we are ready to go. And that will just kind of hide it because I'm doing a granny square knot, or sorry, not granny square knot, granny square stitch. Square, continuous, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Let me turn this down just a little bit. All right, so the first question is, how old were you when you learned to crochet? Well, let's see. My daughter is going to be 13 in a couple months, and I started, let's see, probably about 3 to 5 years before she was born. So probably, oh gosh, see, I'm talking and not paying attention here. I was probably about, let's say 20, 21, somewhere in there. It's hard to remember. A lot of things have happened. We were in the military when I first started, and we've been out for quite a while now. So, next question. What was the first thing you remember making? Well, scarves and blankets. I was like just beginning to learn, so I needed to figure out, you know, simple stuff. So I was zooming back out here. Oh, my question slipped over. Let's see. The make you are most proud of and why? Well, I would probably say my baby blankets and blankets that I've made the kids. They have really taken to those, and they love when I make them blankets and just pretty much anything I make for them. The hats and the blankets and the little plushies that I've made them recently. I made a couple dinosaurs and made my daughter a horse, and now she's getting into crochet, so we've got 2 crochet yarn addicts in the house now, and my husband's just loving that. Let's see, what is the oldest yarn you have in your stash? Well, let's see. This is obviously the most recent because I just bought it today, and I'm now on, let's see if I can find that knot. Yep, so here is, right there above my thumb is the knot. You can't even hardly see it. You can feel it because it's a little bit harder there, but anywho, let's see, what was the question? Oldest yarn. Well, let's see. I still have some Red Heart Jumbo Ombre or whatever it's called from many years ago. So yeah, I've used Red Heart, Bernat, Karen, all those when I first started out. Knife or pencil grip? Well, I think you can see as I'm crocheting here, I believe this is called the knife grip because I hold it like I'm cutting bread or butter with a knife. And then, do you prefer Boy or Susan Bates saw hook? Well, to be honest, I've been swayed either way. When I first started out, I really had no clue there was even a difference. And I had quite the yarn collection, yarn and hook collection going, and me made a dumb mistake, and I guess I must have de-stashed some hooks because I can no longer find my Susan Bates hooks that I used to have with the bamboo handles on them. So, but now, to be honest, I have a mixture of both. This just happens to be the hook I'm using for this project at the moment, and I have to say that the size 6 is probably about my favorite size to use here recently, and I've been inspired by Juan the Yarn Addict by that. And I'm not liking it just because he likes it, but like I'd never really thought about it before, and it just seems like everything I make right now is always using this, and I do like this size for some reason. Favorite brand of hooks? Well, I guess that kind of goes into the whole style of hooks. I don't really have a favorite brand. I like them all. The Clovers, the Prims. I've got an O-Fire hook. I've got some Omi hooks from Amazon, and I even bought myself a couple Furls hooks. So I like them all. I have no favorite one over the other. I mean, I think maybe probably these would be my number ones, but I don't know if that would... Let's see, like, I'm like a lot of others. Like, it's just hard to, say which one's a favorite, but I guess this one would be my go-to. Favorite hook size, and I've already said that. Favorite weight of yarn? Definitely the worsted weight 4, medium weight 4, and upwards of the chunky 5, maybe 6, because now I will say that Juan the Yarn Addict definitely yarn enabled me into buying Premier Puzzle yarn from Walmart, and let me tell you, my Premier Puzzle stash is growing, and it is a chunky 5, and oh my goodness, it is so soft and squishy and all the things, as he would say. So yeah, acrylic would be my favorite yarn fiber because it's just the easiest for me to work with. I don't have any issues with any other ones. Wools I'm not too particularly fond of, at least the ones that I've touched. I'm definitely someone that if it doesn't feel soft to work with, it's hard for me to want to work with it. So like this, excuse me, this superwash merino wool that I'm working with right now is super soft. So it is very dreamy to work with. However, on the other hand, Caron Simply Soft is not one of my favorites to work with either because of how super smooth and slick it is, and I'm so afraid that my knots are just gonna come undone. And I've made like a ton of hats and blankets with that yarn, and it's like I sure hope that this stuff sticks together. Feature one of your favorite yarns. Well, I don't have it with me, but I would have to say that my favorite yarn brand I'm not going to say a favorite. I've got lots of favorites that I love to work with. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby. Recently, Big Twist from Joanne. Let's see what else. Premier Puzzle from either Premier or Walmart. Let's see what else is there. I'm trying to think. No, those are it. Let's see. What is your favorite crochet item to make? Well, probably blankets, and I recently acquired a Addy knitting machine, and I have probably made a dozen hats now on it, and I can't stop. But I can't really drag that all over the house, so I mean I can, but it's just a little heavy and cumbersome. So I thought tonight I would do some crocheting on this blanket while I answered questions for this fun little tag that I got tagged in. Let's see. What crochet item do you least enjoy making? Well, right now that would be amigurumis, because I'm just not a fan of sewing things together, because I feel like you know, I'm just really leery of my knots and things falling out. And yeah, that, and gosh, I've been trying to make some cardigans, sweaters, and those are just not really working out quite yet for me, so still working on that. But anyway, let's see. What is one crochet item you have yet to make? Well, I don't know that I've made the headbands. I've made the ear warmers. I don't know if I've made coffee mug thingies, even though I've been wanting to. Maybe I don't know, I have. I've made pot holders, I've made blankets, I've made hats. I don't know if I'm sorry if I repeat myself. That's a little trick. I don't know if you guys noticed that I learned to do corners is instead of chaining, you can half double crochet into this top stitch of the last one, or the first one I mean. And well, I need to change colors because I'm on my last row. But you would basically, once you were done, you would turn it and then go back the other way. But I am now going to I wonder if we're just gonna roll this for a little bit because there's really not a lot left, and I just don't know if I can fit it. Let's see if I can fit it on here. We're gonna take the purple one off. We're gonna stick this one on here, maybe, if I can find the center again. And I honestly, I don't think I have them going up the centers necessarily, but hey, it holds it on there. That's all that matters. All right, let's see. I don't know if that's gonna fit. It might be too squished, but we will try it and see what happens. All right, so I don't need, nope, this is the one I need. Okay. All right, so now I basically just pull it in, finish off my, well, if I get through all the loops, gotta start over here. Gotta get it through all the loops to start. And then I'm going to flip it over. Here, I'll zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here. And then I need to, where'd my scissors go? They're covered up by something. There they are, they're covered up by my questions. You know what, that's too close. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna cut a short tail, and then I will put the clip on that in a second, but I'm gonna take my two ends, and it's definitely something I've adapted from Juan, the Yarn Addict. I basically have just been tying knots, and I take a needle, because I'm trying to do this as I go so I don't have like a million tails to sew in when I'm done. I'm going to take both of them. Oh, let me pull up a loop here, or a bunny ear, as one would say. Yes, I've gotten a lot of, I've been doing this for a long time, but I've learned a lot of new stuff, especially from him and others in his awesome group. So I'm just gonna find a hole to start going down in, and I try to get down here to where the double crochets go over the corner there, and I feed it through, and then I'm going to backtrack it back in, and I like to do like a Z pattern and just kind of catch fibers if I can with this wool. I'm not sure how well this splits the fibers, but I just go back and forth a few times and hope and pray that this does not come out. And then once I'm done with that, take my needle off, trim it down. Oh, pardon me. I could not hold that back. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for you guys. I apologize. This is a neat little case that I got with a bunch of needles in it from Amazon. Ouch. Trying to slice my fingers here. All right, I'm gonna grab a quick drink. Then I'm going to stick my hook back in. And then I am going to, so this is another neat hack. I'm trying to remember here. I think I was coming from this way. All right, I think this is the direction I need to go. Okay, so this is another neat little hack that I do to start off my new round. I think I need to switch it this way. I'm trying to find that knot that I had, because that was towards the end. Oh, I can't find it now. So, anywho, we're just gonna keep going. I think this is the right direction. So, the neat little trick that I do is, okay, this is backwards. Okay, is instead of chaining one and starting my double crochet in the corner there, I literally just do a single crochet. And then hopefully, I don't know if you can see that there's the two things here. I'm going to go into this one here, pull up a loop, and pull through both. So there is like, it's like the stacking single crochets, but it makes a double crochet. And then I just proceed like that. Put two more in, and I'm on my way. Let's see, what questions do we have left? Describe my color palette. Well, greens and blues and pink, or sorry, greens and purples, as you can see. These are two of my favorite colors, but I'm really a very colorful person. I like color, you know, so, oh, you know what? I forgot to put the, the little clip on the yarn, so it's sitting here spinning, getting all tangled up in the green here. So I'm gonna untangle this, and I'm going to put my little hair clip on here. Just kind of find a spot for it to feed up in there and clip it on there. Isn't that neat? That's a neat little trick I saw. All right, favorite crochet hack. Well, I just showed you a couple that I've learned about the stacking single crochets that have helped me to have better, I don't know, edges, or just not have to worry about those big gaps that, you know, double crochets can have sometimes. And so yeah, I have a lot of hacks that I've learned over the years. I just don't remember them all, and it's hard to really pick out one. But yeah, that stacking single crochet one is the most recent one, I guess, and I really like that one. And you can use it for a lot of different ones. Feature a pattern designer that you like and highlight one of their patterns. Oh, I did not look at these questions before I started. I could have brought some stuff up, but Juan the Yarn Addict is my most recent pattern designer. I would say I would like to feature, because I have been making a lot of his work lately, and my most recent of his would be his It's Just a Ditty Bag, I believe, or some of his friendship beanies that he has on his channel. I'm also currently working on his members make-along scarf. It's in the works. It's also downstairs. I will do another video one day showing all the different things that I basically have either finished in the last few months or I'm working on, and future ideas and whatnot. So what is the next pattern you want to make? Well, I bought the Sophie's Universe book. I would like to eventually start that. I just don't know when. I want to make hats and some like stuffed animal plushies on my Addy knitting machine. And oh my gosh, my works in progress list is about as long as my what I want to do in the future list, my future projects, I guess you could say. What is the best tip I have for beginners? Well, let's see. I would have to say make mistakes. I was thinking about this the other day. Make mistakes. Make them and make them as many as you can, because the saying holds true that we learn from our mistakes, and the more mistakes you can make in the beginning, as frustrating as they are, you will, I don't know, I think you would be a better crocheter for it. I'm very much a perfectionist, so putting this small one here in the middle, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm really fighting it, it's getting caught, but I think the further I go it'll get better. But anywho, I'm definitely a perfectionist, and so when I make mistakes, it just doesn't sit right with my brain. And I know a lot of people I follow, they're like, just fudge it, and it's funny because I have that same mentality where I just want to fudge it, but which means basically just, well, it was supposed to be this way, but we're going to do it this way just to make it look like the way it was supposed to look. And so it's just hard for my brain to get to that point. So, oh my goodness, this is just not wanting to unravel, and so it's like almost useless for me because it's not wanting to spin off of there very well, and I just there we go. So anywho, my plan for this that I'm making here is basically to put on the back of my computer chair downstairs in my office area where my yarn and crochet. Yeah, so this isn't working. Real life here, messy, gotta love it. So yeah, I plan to do more content. It is going to be slow. I'm a weirdo. I'm a mom with 3 kids who doesn't really care what I do in front of them, but at the same time, my public speaking skills are not the greatest in front of people, and I don't know why I can't do it in front of my kids. I get so weird and like awkward. So I'm like, literally, they're in bed. My husband's not home tonight, so I said, I'm going to sit in bed, crochet, and try to get a video recorded for my channel. Now, it is not going to be a very consistent channel, I will say, so I do appreciate any and every one of you that choose to subscribe and make it this far into any of my videos, and my inconsistencies, because, I'm a mom. Like, I gotta fit it in where I can, and, make sure I'm giving them the time that they need and not putting all my eggs in one basket, as they say. So, yeah, I'm gonna just keep continuing to crochet here for a while. I'm going to leave you guys here, and I hope you guys like this video. Leave a comment below saying what you're working on right now, or if you're a beginner, and make sure to subscribe so that way YouTube sees that my channel is being viewed and can be spread out there to the world for others to see if this is the kind of content people want to see. So yeah, I appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you on the next one. thank you for coming. Bye.